It's an excellent question. What is the role of SOA, service-oriented architecture, or even any integration layer, I would say, in the role of cloud computing? I think that is very significant, because one of the things we need to keep in mind, especially as we start to exploit cloud computing or IT capability internally and externally, call it what you want, but the whole idea of then being able to integrate across boundaries, whether it is traditional applications to cloud environments internally or cloud environments internally to cloud environments externally, we do need that integration layer. I would propose that I think services-oriented architecture and all of the technologies and protocols and capabilities that that brings is a fundamental element of that integration layer. And I think the companies that have pursued SOA are ahead in their ability to be able to integrate workloads, whether it's internally or externally, right? And incidentally, whether you're doing cloud computing or not, the ability to use services-oriented architecture for this integration of integrating different pieces of computing and data, you know, perhaps from different partners or existing in different places around the globe, is a competitive advantage, right? So even independent of cloud computing, I would say that SOA is a good thing. You know, what does a company have to do to make sure that they understand and get the services that they expected out of an external vendor? My response to that is I don't think there's anything unique or special or different about procuring services from an external cloud vendor versus procuring any external services from any other vendor. You have to understand very clearly what is the vendor providing, especially in the operational space, what are their processes, what are their commitments around service levels, how are they managing the environment from an availability, performance, security point of view, et cetera, et cetera. And ideally, those things should be specified in the contractual documentation or the contractual commitment that you have with your vendor. It is true today that there are lots and lots of services available on the market from a public cloud computing point of view, but in fact, like I say, buyer beware, because very often you will procure compute services or storage services or platform services using software services without the necessary service level agreements and service level commitments, right? So, my advice to the clients is start slow, establish relationships for simple, non-critical applications, understand clearly what it is that your vendor is committing to and get that in writing, and then work with them, grow with them in terms of their performance and their ability to offer you services. And if they do meet the requirements that you have, then you can gradually move up the stack of more and more critical applications in the public cloud. I do think, though, that in terms of putting critical applications in the public cloud, we should proceed with great caution today. I'm confident that will happen over time, as it has happened incidentally with the internet, exploitation of the internet for critical business applications. But I do think we need more maturity and more experience and more trust with the providers that are in the market today for critical business applications.